peeps. Welcome back to Myst, or in this case, welcome to Riven. In the first game of the original Myst trilogy, we, as the stranger, one of the main protagonists of this game, come across a linking book, which takes us to the constructed island of Myst. There, we have gone through 4 ages: the Channelwood Age, the Selenetic Age, the Mechanical Age. Actually, 5. Whoops. That's what I get for trying to do a professional intro. Anyway, in Myst, we went through 5 different ages: the Channelwood Age, Selenetic Age, the Spaceship Age, the Stone Ship Age, and the Channelwood Age. Also, we had a pair of brothers, Cirrus and Akinar. However, as we went through the game, we found that each of them had their respective vices. Cirrus with power, and Akinar with bloody control. And then we unexpectedly come across a third person, their father, Atrus, who was the writer of the linking books to all of these ages. We managed to help him escape from Dunny through retrieving the white page near the dock of the Stone Ship Age. And this time, we've got another mission from him, which we're going to find out about in just a moment. Yeah, okay, so that's the professional intro out of the way. How's everybody doing? Anyway, yeah, so we completed Myst in 3 parts, which I did not expect to do. Granted, I did skip quite a bit, but there's been a lot of playthroughs of Myst at this point, so it'll be pretty easy to figure out what you might have missed. So you can just look Myst in Myst, so you can just look it up. There's several playthroughs at this point, and even Myst itself has gone through several versions. I played the Masterpiece Edition, which is like the second closest one to what I grew up with. There's also Real Myst, which is the one that released on the Mac as soon as it became OS 10. Recently, there has been a remaster of Myst for VR, the Myst for 2021, and there have been various other versions. And they added a 6th age to that, which is the Rime Age, which I have never played. So maybe sometime in the future, I may play the OG Myst again, but with its update, and then see what the Rime Age is like, because that's the one section I've never played. But yeah, Riven. You can kind of tell the budget went way up with this one, because this one is a whole lot harder. It's because Rand and Robin Miller playtested this through, well, for those who are gamers in the audience, Rand and Robin Miller playtested Riven through a D&D campaign. A custom D&D campaign, which is based in the Myst universe, and played with several people to see how they would react to certain scenarios, and then based on those reactions, design this game. So, as a result, this one is a lot more complex compared to the first game, and in turn, I'm not going to be able to finish this in 3 parts like I did with Myst. Not only because of how complex this game is, there's also multiple endings, most of them bad, and I've never played this before. I've only watched playthroughs of the game, so I've never actually played Riven before. So it's going to be a very, very interesting playthrough to see how this game goes. The other thing, lore-wise, that Riven does is it introduces a debate about linking books in particular. Do the students of the art, which is what the Dunny call the ability for people to create linking books, which only a certain amount of people can do, which is mainly in Atrus's lineage, from what I can tell. Were these ages written, like actually created, or were they just linked to? are these books just bridges to the ages that were written about? Because in a lot of the ages that Atrus described, some of them had people already in them. They already had occupants. But then there are examples of some where he just like Myst itself and Atrus's earliest age that he wrote, where it was basically a space that he created based on his imagination. As you'll go through with Riven, I've mainly watched Riven. Again, it's my first time playing Riven. Give me 1 second, my friends. I think somebody's at the door. Stay tuned, everybody. Okay, it was just a package. Thank you for understanding. Anyway, as I was trying to say before I got unceremoniously cut off for a little bit. Um, yeah, so the debate about whether ages were created or just bridges. Myst and Atrus's first age are pretty ample evidence that some ages can be created. However, given what happens in Riven, and especially what happens in the third game, Exile, there's a bit of debate there's a bit of debate as to maybe this might be a bridge. Um, the series does not really answer the question either way, but you can see both perspectives. I think Atrus lands somewhere in the middle, where I think I think some creation is involved, but ultimately I think some of these worlds like already existed as is, and then with his imagination he linked and then possibly influenced the world a little bit further. Um, with with Gen, which is one of the characters of Riven, he swings hard into the creation camp to the point, well, you'll see in a moment, because it's basically the first thing you'll witness when you go through here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this game, shall we? Hey yo! How's it going? All right, yeah, I'm really excited because I've never actually played this game, and of course, I have to get my handy dandy notebook in the situation because I have a feeling this is going to be hard. I've used notebook pretty much for I've used this for abduction. I've used it for um, barony, and now I'm using it for Myst. So this book has been through some stuff, puzzle wise. And Riven is now getting remastered. So I'm excited to see. I mean, Riven already by itself has really good reviews. So I'm wondering how Cyan Studios is going to improve on something that's already really good. You know? But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. But let's see if there's subs. Turn the contrast of the monitor up as high as it will go. If you can't see the symbol, then turn within the orange square above, then turn the brightness of your monitor up. Let's see. Yeah, I have to turn my brightness a little bit. There we go. Okay. But yeah, you could tell that the budget went up. The the budget went up in this game because they really focused on sound in here. And this is especially very old school because back in the day, most of these games are like on desktop computers and with like those two speakers. Like I said here, it says it's sampled at a high rate and is in stereo. Most internal computer speakers are about the size and quality of the speaker in a common house phone. We highly recommend external stereo speakers or headphones. All right, so that's all set. Is there a way? There is. We got the fastest transitions. Okay, so there's no subs, unfortunately, once again, so you're just going to have to hope the automatic ones work really well. But let's go ahead and start a new game, shall we? And oh yeah, Ubisoft did this too, so again, you can tell the budget has really gone up in this game, in Riven. Especially with the music. And there's Atrus.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid that I must continue my writing. Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there. Keep it well hidden. For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny. But it's actually a one-man prison. You'll need it, I'm afraid, to capture Gan. Once you've found Catherine, signal me, and I'll come with a linking book to bring us back. There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back to the place that you came from.
Well, that's a way to start an adventure. In prison. Now what? Y'all hear something? Oh. Hey. Hello?
Yo? Feriaje.
I need to get out.
Tagema. Rekoa. Tagema. Su rekoa. Visirapo. Visirapo. Umutika bukuanai. Visirapo.
No.
Umutika bukuanai.
I need this.
Bukuanai.
I need to get out.
Visirapo. Bukuanai.
No.
不过ない不过ない不過ない
Maybe don't touch that? Are you okay? Sir? Oh boy, it's definitely dead. Who's this guy? Can you leave the book with me at least? Oh. Okay, that's a no. But hey, we're at least out of prison. So our so-called one-man prison is gone, but we at least have those journals. Let's take a look at what Atrus wrote for us while we still can. Huh. There's like some sort of elevator? Huh, interesting. Anyway, let's read this. Let's see what it says. 87-6-10. Okay, so it's year, month, and then day. 87 for when, I have no idea. But anyway. They held for more than 30 years, but the corrections I've made to Riven have finally failed. The island has resumed the familiar pattern of decay that is the hallmark of my father's work. I must now race to implement this new patch before it's too late. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. 616. Revisions to Riven completed. There are still a number of minor adjustments which need to be made, but the basic corrections have been entered and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but has thus far observed no change. It's possible that I've made an error, though I've checked my entry against my prenotation and could find no discrepancy. I've not had a rest in nearly 3 days. It's been 6! Bro! Rest! Anyway. So maybe that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions, however, perhaps after a short rest I will see something. 618. Success! It appears that my repairs have been effective after all. The gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it is impossible to know this with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. Just a few more weeks of work and I should be free, at last, to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. The past 8 months have left me little time to think, to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. I received no sign from her in all that time. I'm afraid that... No, I must assume that she is all right, lest my fears undermine my efforts to bring her back. For context, Catherine is Atrus's wife. 619. I did not create the Age of Riven. Unlike my father, I have never presumed to have such power, and yet the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. So far, I've managed to read the page before it turns. The island continues to appear stable, and I would like to believe that I've saved a dying world, but the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. The problem now is Gen. I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he still is the man he once was. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, but his history forces me to assume that he is still a threat. His myopic mission to restore the Dunny civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in its wake, and will continue to do so. Were he to once again be free of the confines of Riven, or the Fifth Age as he coldly titled it. The universe has been safe from his corruptive influence for the last 33 years, because no one has been able to leave that age. The last linking book of Riven, having been lost in the Starfisher upon a return to Myst. Which is what we picked up. That was my intention, to murder my father on Riven by removing all the existing links to other worlds. And since the art of constructing books has long been lost with the fall of Dunny, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime, and effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. In effect, that's what we achieved. But the way it fell, however, was no one's ideal. The sting of the incident has gradually faded from memory. The deep pain of the responsibility for what actually came to be has never left me. At the time, it all seemed so clear. Gen's destructive path could not be allowed to continue. But it was never my choice that the innocent inhabitants of Riven, who had already suffered so much, would be the ones to pay for it. Enough. To dwell in the past is to die in the present. The situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I've acquired in the years since that time is yet to be applied to this problem. 6:20. I think I have the solution. Why it did not occur to me sooner, I do not know, unless the idea of it had been pushed out with the thought of my sons. A prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition through the ruins of Dunny, I chanced upon a formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, due to the fact that my father was then in the habit of confiscating my discoveries, I was forced to leave it behind. Years later, however, as part of my efforts to protect the vulnerable worlds linked to the books in my library, I was pleased to find that I could still recall most of the formula, and with little experimentation, quickly succeeded in creating one of these devices myself. The procedure was actually quite simple. By altering key lines of text but slightly, a normal linking book's connection could be partially severed, such that anyone who attempts to use the book would be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link. That is, unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person would become trapped, the first person would be displaced back into the world. The technique can be applied to books that have already been written, changes to the original text being so slight that anyone who's unfamiliar with the code will be unable to detect them. If indeed my father has not changed, what better bait could there be than a book that appeared to be a link back here to Dunny? 7:2. Trouble. My nightly analysis of the island's condition has revealed that the tremors have begun again. The pattern, however, is new. The disturbances are the result of the changes that I have made. This did not, at first, concern me. However, tremors of this type were one of the possible side effects that I have anticipated during this initial phase of the island's readjustment. Still, in order to verify my assumptions, I decided to calculate again, incorporating the new data. The results were not what I expected. The damage to the understructure is more extensive than I realized. I could no longer go to Riven as planned. Catherine, forgive me. 7:3. I must act while I still have the time. The signs are barely visible, but there's no question that the island's deterioration is accelerating. Total collapse is imminent, unless I can keep ahead, and that is becoming increasingly difficult to do. 7:5. With every passing moment, I gain a clearer picture of the incredible chaos that my father's economy of words has yielded. But it's a dismaying process. The complexity of the problem is overwhelming. There's no end to this. The last few days have all but convinced me that the collapse of Riven is inevitable, and that at best I can only strive to delay it now, and hope that at some point the island will become stable enough to risk a rescue attempt. 7:7. I think I've come up with a way to subdue the tremors. It will require my exclusive attention for at least a month or two. So it may be necessary to discontinue these journal entries for a while. 7:13. Something truly miraculous has happened. Beyond all conceivable probability, someone has finally found my lost Myst linking book and has freed me from this prison. I immediately realized that this could be the solution to my dilemma, and I believe my mysterious benefactor is willing to assist me. I'm still not sure it could work. The logistics of such a scheme are formidable, but the mere fact that it may not be possible for me to continue repairs to Riven, and yet proceed with my original intent to find Catherine, has given me renewed hope. 7:16. The last few days left me little time to work out the remaining problems with sending someone else to Riven. It did occur to me, however, that if a way could be found to signal me once Gen has been captured, it would no longer be necessary to take a real linking book to Riven, and risk the possibility of inadvertently releasing Gen. The deteriorated state of the gateway image makes the use of the visual signal impossible, but the picture remains a reliable indicator of Riven's condition nonetheless. The measuring and interpreting variations in noise patterns. Excuse me. I am still able to observe basic changes that occur in the age, even though I cannot see them. The problem is that my instruments can only detect changes that occur on a fundamental level, and it seems unlikely that an individual could affect such an elementary change from within an age. The idea may be foolish. Still, there is a known weakness that may be worth investigating, an anomaly that appears as a rift between two separate systems, Starfisher. But how, or even if this fact could be exploited, I cannot say. Sending someone to Riven also means that once I've received the signal that they were ready to return, I would have to leave their writing in order to take a real linking book there myself. However, provided my father was safely out of the way, this should take very little time. After that, assuming the island does not incur much damage in my absence, it should then be a relatively simple matter to hold together long enough for Catherine to return to Riven and evacuate the remaining islanders. Predetermining a signal without knowing the topography of the island may prove to be impossible. But I'm afraid there could only be one answer to the question of whether or not I should send my friend to Riven with a way out. The potential for failure would be greatly diminished if the prison book is all that is taken there. I'm sure my father expected me to bring a linking book to Riven. May he not be disappointed. And as you can see, well, we're here without a linking book back to Myst. And we had a prison book, which basically what Sirius and Achenar were trapped in. But someone stole it. So yeah, that precaution ended up not being useful. This got jammed. But yeah, you can kind of tell that, like, they upped the budget in this game. Oh boy. That's a long way down. So, I think this whole thing is like a starfisher, I think. If I remember my video playthroughs correctly. I first learned about Riven through the YouTuber Shady Paradox. Which I actually learned about Exile first before Riven. But yeah. I did not think it was going to do that. Let's see what this is. Interesting. I will admit though, like, I really like the architecture of this game. Like, you'll see why I say why I say the architecture is really cool here. Okay. Clearly I need to rotate this a few more times because, like, I know, like, the door was on the other side. Anyway. It kind of reminds me of, like, a mixture of, like, OTO and Egyptian architecture. A little bit. Especially with the scarabs here. So, the guy in this image, this is Gen. Atrus' father. And as you can tell from this image here, especially with this halo and these images here, he clearly is of the thought that those who have the art are the ones who are able to create, who are those who create, basically, who create life, who create the worlds. So he very much feels like like a deity. And it kind of shows in all the artwork in here. He's got the animals, got the fish, got the plants, got animals, and then the stars and people and the sun. Feels like it all comes from him. That's where the debate kind of comes in. And that's Dunny's script. I don't know if anybody's like translated it or not, or explained what it means, but here's another one. I'm assuming this is either another Dunny individual, or maybe it's Atrus. But yeah, that is the symbol of the fifth age slash Riven. But yeah, he definitely has a god complex, if you can't tell. Oh, I already looked at this one. Did I look at this one? No, I didn't. Okay, so I think these are either Gen's and Gen and Atrus' ancestors, or basically but it's basically how the art's basically created. There's a certain way you have to like write the lines, press the paper, or do the ink, etc., for these books turn into linking books, for these kinds of links to happen in the first place. Did I look at this one already? Okay, I already looked at that one. Yeah. And oh yeah, this is definitely like a sacred discussion of the book, of the linking books, which clearly caused a huge amount of deforestation in order to create the linking books here. And I think the reason why Atrus says that basically Gen, his dad, basically has no chance at creating a linking book outside of Riven is because he literally wiped out the forest of Riven. So even if he wanted to, he couldn't. Well, not within his lifetime anyway. He basically used all the resources of the age up. And no doubt, if he thought a bit more carefully, he probably would have added more resources. I have to go back to the beginning, right? Yes, we are. Okay. Is there anything below these columns? No, they're just light. Okay. Had to double check. Alright, so I need to rotate this one more time, I think. Or 2 more times. Because there actually is a way through the the dome. If I wasn't dying right now, I would have been able to read the chat. I need to get used to having a second device to read chat through. Okay, I think this should be the way. This is the way. Oh, there's a gate. But yeah, look at that. Look at that architecture alone. This place is so interesting. You just want to explore even further. That's locked, of course. We need to find the key. It looks like I'm not used to streaming down here. I apologize. But yeah, you can see like they've really upped the budget in this game compared to Myst. Well, obviously Myst because it's the first game. Of course, they're going to be up in their budget. But I mean, Cyan Studios has been around before Myst. Myst just happens to be the biggest one, the biggest series they've done to date. Let's check in here. Huh. And then keep in mind is, whoa. I think I should probably save before I continue. In case I get trapped, part 1. Okay. But yeah, this is like back in the 90s. Was this back when like they only just started doing games in one location? Because before, like, I mean, kind of like how Myst goes, a lot of these games tended to go with more than one location. Whereas something like Riven, where it concentrates on just one place, or a couple of the Tomb Raider games where they focus mainly on ancient Egypt, or like, well, not ancient Egypt, but like Egypt. Maybe as one more location like India, but for the most part they focus on one location like Egypt. That was not very common. So, what is that? I got one door open. Let's see about here. Can't really do much about here. Let's see what's here. It's like a microphone of some sort. I heard something. Y'all heard that, right? Reminds me of boiler. Stops when you turn it off. Weird. Let's keep the door open. Yeah. I wonder what this does. That's the part that I don't know. Kinda looks like a cage. It goes deeper. I think it's what we saw in the... Yeah, that's what we saw in that room. This is a temple. Oh, we're traveling around already. That's gonna be fun. Okay. All right. And I guess off we go. This would be a pretty amazing amusement park ride if there were actually a real big. Or a bare minimum proper monorail. I admit, the cleverest design that they've done is this switch right here, because it rotates the car. It keeps it all in one seamless direction. So, we got steps, and whatever this is. Okay, let me get my pen here. Hold on. So, what symbol was that? And given that, like, I think the biggest clue is that it says that sound is very important. So I'm just gonna pay attention to what the sounds are. It's like a bird. Bird chirp. What's that symbol again? It's like that. Okay. So I'm assuming those are like dunny numbers, because from what I can tell, I think that square symbol we saw in the intro, this one, I think is number 5, because Atrus said Gan considers Riven the 5th age. What did it did? Let's go up. Get like a bit of a sight line. Interesting. Left or right? Let's go right. And like I mentioned earlier, because of the books, Gen basically deforested Riven. We'll go down to the mines in just a moment, but let's like see what's through here. Oh, there's another one. Guess it's like a whale. A fork again. Is there someone up there? That already sounds bad. That was definitely a person up there. That was definitely a person up there. Like, there's somebody up there. That sound makes me feel nervous. Like, I feel like we got, like, signaled to. Or, like, somebody signaling somebody, and it's not good. I'm nervous. Like, somebody was up here. Somebody's up here. Somebody communicated that we're here. I feel in danger right now. Okay, already we're here. Yes, someone's definitely up there. Someone's down here. Yeah. Oh. Yep, there are people here. Look, you saw that person walking? I think they're more afraid of me than I am of them. Wonder what's in here. Yeah, it's definitely a village. Hello? 5 times. 3, 4, and 5. One more time, why not? Oh! Hi! So, I guess pressing 5 times wasn't it? Okay. That wasn't going to help things, but much. But let's see where else we can go. Looks like some sort of tank. Let's maybe get up first. Let's see what this is. It's like a tree, like a set of train tracks need to be set up or something. What's this? It's like drums or something? Braziers? Or braziers? It's like a furnace. Or meat. Probably been overcooked, unfortunately. Because we scared these people. Let's see what happens if we pull this. Oh. 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 Sometimes must be a way to go underneath, right? We'll figure it out. It looks like it's some sort of submarine tank. We even call it a submarine. But yeah, sorry lady for scaring you. I just need to find my way around this place. Interesting. So I think these guys, this person warned my presence. As a result, everybody ran like I was the plague. We've been through here, right? Yeah, that's where we... There was like a button that I pressed. I wonder what it did. That's the monorail, or duo rail. Whatever I want to call this vehicle. Let's go down this time. Let's see where it goes. Oh! Hello to you too. They sound kind of like those, like that whale sound that I heard earlier. Oh, they're gone. Weird. That sounds way more like a whale. Like a humpback. I mean, this place is pretty. For an unstable age, it's very pretty. How do people get in there? That's the part I'm wondering. It's like a bug flying. Oh, everybody's been there. Through here, I think. Stuff I'm not seeing a pattern just yet, but I know something will emerge eventually. Wait, is that button for, like, that button that I saw earlier for this part? Let me see. Yeah, it says like some house over here. Let me see. Like there. There's a way to get to there. Or maybe that's this. Anyway. I think we pretty much went full circle, I think. Yeah, I pretty much went full circle. So let's go back to the main island proper. There's gotta be something about that dome. I get so concerned about that part where it's like, I feel like it's about to fly. Feel like it's about to fly off. Even though I know I'm not going to. So, I'm assuming these are numbers. Oh! Who's that? So that means that dome's projection. That's creepy. Oh, that ain't creepy. I don't know what is. Oh my gosh. Like, I did not anticipate seeing a face in there. Like, you all saw that, right? Like, I did not anticipate that. Honestly, I did not anticipate that. And that is a long way down. Okay. I'm gonna try moving this dome again. See what happens. Because I'm feeling I'm missing something. my family's back. Okay. There's another gate here. Let's see. There might be another button that I'm just not noticing. Okay. So that's another... So that's another door here. So let's see. Is there another... So there's another door right here. So... I wonder, is there a button that I'm just missing here? I'll come back to that. But yeah. So that's about as much of Riven that I can really explore anyway from the top of my head. But we got about 4 different numbers with 4 different sounds. So clearly sound is going to be the big factor in this game. So we'll see how it goes. For the most part, yeah. Riven's a pretty interesting game, but I can kind of see a lot of ways where things can go wrong, you know? Over right there. But yeah, lots of ways where things could go wrong, but also a lot of ways where things can get really interesting. So, oh, you couldn't hear you couldn't hear the you couldn't hear the sound. Oh, but okay. I'll see what's going on with my tech. But yeah, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Couldn't hear the dude's voice, but yeah. So in summary, he basically asked me to go to Riven, his home age, and well, he asked me to go to Riven, his home age, and retrieve not only his dad via the prison book, but also rescue his wife Catherine. And unlike the ages of Myst that we went through in the first game, this one's falling apart. So we basically have a limited amount of time. We don't really have a time limit in this game. It's puzzler, so we have plenty of time to explore. But we basically have a limited amount of time before the age completely falls apart. So, but yeah, I'll double check the settings to see what's going on with my sound. But yeah, it should have been working. That's kind of weird. But yeah. Anyway, this has been. I'm excited to see where Rhythm's gonna go. I mean, I like how subtle this game is already. Excuse me. You can kind of fill in the blanks as to what's been going on here. We've basically got a person, Gen, who's basically been very heavy on the control aspect. Like he's very controlling of his environment. And then we've got Atrus and Catherine, and then the inhabitants of Dunny and Riven, who are basically stuck in the middle of it all. And clearly there's a very thick power dynamic that's going on, and I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Apparently, you can get more details from the Myst novels. Like the Myst novels are able to tell you more, and from what I've heard, there's a lot of pretty deep lore in here. So I've also heard that they might be reprinting those books, which is great because I'm curious to see what they have to say about this. It fills all the gaps that happened in Myst, as well as gives you some information surrounding surrounding Riven and somewhat Exile. So I think there's like 5 stories, and then I think at least 2 or 3 books in total. And I know Science Studios has been trying to get Myst adapted into a TV series, which I could totally see happening. And I think especially with how well The Last of Us is going in terms of the TV series adaptation, no doubt they'll probably consider Myst to be another one they could possibly try out. Even more so because of the fact that there is linking books. Like, linking books already give an interesting premise. But anyway, that's pretty much it for Riven, at least for today. We're going to do more tomorrow. Heads up, though, my schedule is getting way more unpredictable. So if you find that I'm coming across, I'm going to be going across, like, days where I don't stream, it's because of this. School may change my streaming deadlines. School especially has been affecting it lately. So if we find that my frequency is not as great as it used to be, that's why. My spring break's coming soon, however, so I should be able to stream more in the next week or two. But for the most part, school has been affecting my streaming time. So I apologize for the gaps I'm going to be going through for the next 2 months, but that's pretty much how this is going to go down for a little bit. But rest assured, there will be more Riven tomorrow. And I also might start a little later than I want to, because I'm also helping my cousin prepare for prep for prom season as well. So I might be a little bit delayed in that respect, but rest assured, you're still going to get the good content that you know and love from me. So we're going to do Riven tomorrow. Let me adjust this. One sec. So today, if we did some today, we're going to do part 2 tomorrow, and then part 3 most likely Thursday. Oops. So if you're curious about the first game, feel free to jump back onto my channel. I will warn you, it's not a really thorough playthrough, but it's still complete. And then Riven, we're currently in progress of it. And then also, my friend Yo, who also tuned in today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got a GoFundMe to help them out. So if you want to support, feel free to jump on the GoFundMe page, which is also linked below in the YouTube channel. Here's social media in case you are wondering about what I do outside of this channel. I stream simultaneously on YouTube and Twitch, so if you happen to miss it on Twitch, you can also catch the replay on my YouTube channel to see what I've been doing. Also, a video for my Theological Otaku channels will be coming out. The very first one over there will be coming out around the end of May, so keep an eye out for that. Looking forward to posting that for you guys. Keep an eye out for notifications on my Discord or on my Twitter at DJMK4Life. And finally, this episode was filmed in the lands of the Lenape and the Nanticoke. To learn more about whose tribal lands you currently occupy, visit native-land.ca. They're starting to get a pretty thorough map, so if you're curious about where you're living in, just look that up and you'll find out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's episode of Riven. Hope you all are having a good weekend so far. Ramadan Mubarak for my Muslim subscribers. I know we just hit the time they'll be breaking their fast, so I hope you're having a good iftar tonight. Or just whenever you're tuning in, I hope you're just having a good day overall. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Stay safe, drink plenty of water. Make sure you get plenty of sleep, and of course, may your heart be your guiding key. Till next time, I'll see you later. Bye. And also, I'll double check where the sound problem is coming from. So, I'll figure it out. So, till then, I'll see you in the next stream. Bye.